Hi everyone, it's Phil Roos here from Great Lakes Growth Works, talking to you again as part of our continuing conversation on disruptor-led innovation. Today I'm going to wrap up our recent exploration of companies that are responding to climate change with a couple more examples of organizations that are taking new approaches at the same time as consumer opinions are shifting and more Americans are starting to feel the impact of climate change and calling for action. So last time we talked about a couple of companies in the CPG world, Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods, and the whole alternative protein, plant-based foods arena. That's a big opportunity. As we talked about, those companies are having a lot of success. Today what we're going to do is look at another industry with supply chain practices that can be detrimental to the environment. That's the apparel and fashion industry. And talk about some companies that are doing something to make a difference there. The apparel and fashion industry accounts for something like 8 to 10% of all man-made greenhouse gas emissions. That's a lot. And about 20% of the world's water pollution. The problem exists across the whole supply chain, from the kind of raw materials that are used, to how the clothing is made, to how many items we make a year, the way that the fashion cycles that we go through, to how they're used by consumers and how we dispose of the products. The raw material stage is where about 2/3 of the harmful climate impacts happen. And one of the big culprits there is polyester, which I think is over a third, about 40% of all materials. There's also the sheer amount of clothing that's made each year. This is a really big issue as manufacturers have increasingly embraced what they call a fast fashion approach, and they push rapid development of each new clothing trend. We wear clothes for shorter periods of time. A lot of these end up in landfills, and a lot are not being recycled. Thankfully, there are some companies that have been beacons of change here. They're trying to really make a difference. One of the first ones I want to mention is Inditex, which is the parent company of Zara, which many of you probably heard of. It's one of the largest apparel manufacturers worldwide. They've announced a goal of making all their fabrics sustainable by 2025. And there's a major move they're taking toward recycled and organically grown fabrics. They're partnering with MIT to do new ways of doing fabric recycling, new technologies, investing in collection systems to keep discarded clothing out of landfills, a whole bunch of things. They're actually one of the companies that helped invent fast fashion, so we're hoping they'll take a stance on that and really find a way that we can maybe lengthen some of those cycles or find a way to have those rapid cycles have less of an impact on climate and environmentally in general. Another company well known for their impact in this area is Patagonia. So Patagonia has long been known as a user of recycled polyester. That was how they made their famous fleece through recycled polyester. They've taken that further. They're now ensuring that polyester and nylon clothes come exclusively from plastic that already exists in the world today. And they have a goal of being carbon neutral across their entire business by 2025. This is a company that really lives its mission. Patagonia has also made a major push around repair, reuse, and recycling of their items. They've innovated in the area of microfibers. They've started a venture capital fund to invest in environmentally and socially responsible startup companies. They even have a part of their company that is doing direct advocacy to try to make a difference on climate and environmental issues. The one other company I want to give a call out to is Carhartt, because they're a local company here where we're based in Southeast Michigan. They're a manufacturer of workwear, clothes for hardworking people. I know they've been very active in implementing sustainability measures, fair trade practices, and on this issue of reducing the impact of fashion and apparel items on the environment, they've been really a leader and have made a major thrust on recycling and refurbishing existing products. And their products are just really durable, so they have a less of an impact on the environment as a result. There are many other companies we could mention, but I wanted to give them a shout out because they're local here and doing some really great things. So these are examples of companies that get it. They're trying to make a difference. They're trying to lessen their impact on climate and also more broadly their environmental footprint. What we're going to do now is we're going to shift to another major area of disruption affecting a lot of the companies and organizations that we work with, and that's technology. If any of you have areas that you'd like us to explore within technology, let us know, and we'll give those a special feature in some of the discussions that we have that follow. Meanwhile, thanks so much for tuning in, and we look forward to talking again soon.